is just around the corner as you get a look at Highmark Stadium just south of Buffalo, New York. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
On third down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Alert, alert, alert.
Throwing to start the drive. Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. To throw on 2nd and 10. Allen. And he comes back with one complete. And he goes out right around the 39. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. This defense for the Steelers, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say,
all right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last.
There he goes left side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
But earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, Everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception he threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Slot man moves right. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's got it to about the 40.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one.
Touchdown! Deontay Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make the score 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Here's Cook as they begin. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be second down. On play action, Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 2nd down, Cook. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Allen going to throw. Able to find Isabella. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 24-yard line. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Allen now looks to throw. This pass caught at the 4. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So on 4th down, out is Tyler Bass in the Buffalo field goal unit. The kick by Bass is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory.
62 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Here puts it on the carpet. It's out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
And the Bills at 7-5 now in the year. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Picked off by a Keller Witherspoon.
And the Steelers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
Yeah, that's the relief that you still have the lead, but coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they get a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this one caught by Travis Kelce.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Wilson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. That swung out wide to Harris. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Allen going to fire quickly and get it to Diggs out wide. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Give to Cook out of the gun. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. James Cook as the first half is winding down. And the Bills are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. So the late touchdown there, and that's certainly changes things as we move toward halftime.
Yeah, and there's a potential for things to change even more because, remember, they get the ball first to start the third quarter. So they can potentially double up here and take the lead. A great opportunity for them.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
19.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. It's brought in by Harris. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here?
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Here's Austin. The good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the
the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. And it's fielded at the 34. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. 121 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They run it again with Cook, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Now Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So no problems at all on that one. And you know there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And he will have a Steelers first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Harris running straight ahead. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run again with Harris. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now a give, running left is Harris. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and second and 1 is now third and 3.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Now it's Wilson. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 41-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. They hand this off to Harris. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 124 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. On the give, this is Harris. Jordan Phillips is the one on the stop. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover. Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Boswell's kick is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player.
half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Allen's throw is complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That one a first down pickup of 8. To throw, it's Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Cook up the gut, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Allen now on first down. Incomplete, right side to Cook. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Now they send a man in motion right. Allen now on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given. It doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. Up past the 25 to the 26. A gain of 5.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Here's Wilson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. So after the INT, it's Allen. And this one's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely...
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. A give. This is Cook. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Allen. Caught on the slant. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. And that catch, he just hit number 800 in his NFL career.
And just think, that puts you in top 35 range all time in the NFL in terms of number of catches. One significant guy in that number, Shannon Sharp, who was a tight end. That's big-time play right there.
Running for it. Here's Cook. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Well, they knew who to turn to on 4th down. Their horse, they needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's the surprise, because normally that's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy, let him go, pick up the first down. Didn't get it there. All credit to the defense. Usually, even if they know he's coming, he can't be stopped. And they got it done on that play. That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount. He got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Taken right around the 44. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for Pittsburgh, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they can ill afford to drop